Hey, welcome back to Minecraft, where I've done what I said I was going to do off camera. In the last video, we built up the services district here, and that's all looking pretty good. And I said that I would build up this residential district off camera, and I have. And just because I got a little bored and I had leftover dark oak, I decided I'm going to do a bit of detailing, so now I've got trapdoors on every single building around here. And I think it looks pretty good. Just adds that tiny little bit more. And also, I figured out what's wrong with the church. I just needed to put a wooden roof on it. And it looks so much better now. Yeah. And now I'm happy with it. But that's beside the point. This video, I want to finish off the last two main things of this whole castle. Most notably, the big tower here, that's missing. So that's going to be the main focus. But also, all of these pathways going through the middle of this whole place. Because it's not empty space, it's going to be a big road. And it's going to lead all the way down through here and into the dock. Although this bit might stay as empty space, I don't know. So, I have gathered a bunch of materials, as I have done between every video, and I've got a bunch of amethyst, a bunch of calcite, a bunch of gravel, a bunch of concrete powder, a bunch of tuff, and a bunch of stone bricks. And somewhere I've got a bit of deep slate too. Yep, there's deep slate. Yep, because I need a little bit of it for the foundation. So, that's all the building materials. And half of them are going to be used for this tower, and the other half are going to be used for the roads. Now, I've also gone ahead and I've flattened out most of this place, because if you remember, there were a lot of big holes around that kind of got in the way, so I've gotten rid of them, although I haven't touched the tower here, because I think that's something that we can figure out. There might be a floor in here. Yeah. So, with this deep slate that I've got, I need to find where the deep slate will start. Because I'm in a small predicament. I want this to start with tuff at the same layer as the keep. Oh, the keep's tuff goes kind of far down. But it'll mean that it doesn't connect with the deep slate on the wall. So maybe I could change the wall a little bit so it'll fit? I'm not sure. But what it basically means is that this wall all the way down from this level is going to be deep slate. I just don't know how to make it connect. Okay, that seems to be it for the deep slate. So you can see that it's just a deep slate foundation. Although the dirt formations here do kind of get in the way. Some of them I might be able to cover up, but not all of them. Right, that's some of the crimes hidden. And it doesn't look all that bad. I'll just fill that in. Yep, okay, that's enough of the deep slate foundation. I need to build up some of the tuff around here. And I'm kind of debating whether or not I keep with this kind of gradient, or whether I just take the same gradient that I did for the walls. I'm thinking I try to have this sort of gradient, because I can think of a few easy ways of doing it. So if I'm doing this gradient, all of the tuff is for sure going to be 4 blocks tall, and then it just changes from there outwards. I need to get all of this in my inventory. So, I need to build all of this up first. Right, now I figure out the gradient. Okay, so I think something like this would work. Because I want the flat bits to be in the bottom, partly so it matches up with this, and partly because I think it looks a little cooler. And that was quite a lot of tuff, actually. But I'm glad I didn't run out, because that means I won't run out of all the other materials that I've gathered. Well, next layer, stone bricks. Right, that's the stone brick layer. Now for the light grey concrete layer. Now I've done the concrete powder layer. And as you can see, it's at about the same height as the keep, but I want the tower to be taller than that. Because the tower is supposed to be the tallest thing in this entire place. Also, the wall does look a little bit out of place. I might want to move it. Oh, well, I can do that later. So, as you can see, I've got a calcite layer up there. So, I need to do a calcite layer in the tower. And that might be the top layer? Maybe? We'll see. Okay, I think this might be all for the calcite layer. I kind of want to do one more layer, but I'm also going to be putting a bunch of amethyst on top of this, and I'm not sure if it's too much. Let me just see. Yeah, it looks a little stubby. I might have made the tower a bit big. Well, I'll see how it looks once I get the amethyst top on. Wait a minute. I might not even have enough amethyst. I'm not sure how much I'd need for the floor, because I need just as much amethyst for the roof as I do for the floor. Okay, so I've done a little bit of the roof here, and you can kind of see what it's going to end up being like. This tower is basically what I did for my starter base, but a lot bigger. And I did not have nearly enough amethyst to do this. But I do have somewhat of a backup, because when I went to the amethyst geode, there were a lot of amethyst shards, and looking at this now, it's not nearly enough. But I can use this to do a little bit more. I might have to do a whole other amethyst geode to fill in the remainder. Okay, so that small backup managed to get me one more ring, but as you can see, there's still a lot left here. So I'm gonna have to find another geode and mine all of it. Although I got this much from just one geode, so that's pretty cool. All the calcite as well. So it's interesting that there's that much stuff in an amethyst geode, but still need to get a lot more. Okay, so I found another amethyst geode, and this is relatively close to my base, so you can see all of the amethyst has been growing. The other one that I found was like this too, and if I just make sure to mine all of them with a fortune pick, I get a lot of amethyst shards. And also, because I'm not bothering to make an amethyst farm, all I really do in these geodes is I mine all of the amethyst, and then I take the budding amethyst. Yeah, people don't like it when you do that because there's no way to move them or get any more of them, but I'm not making an amethyst farm, so it doesn't matter to me. Okay, there we go. That's all the amethyst cleared out of here. And there's a lot. I think this was a bigger geode than the other one that I mined. So yeah, that might be enough to finish. Yeah, but I'm also going to want to grab a bunch of calcite, because I need calcite for the floor. And I'm not going to make it out of diorite, because diorite is crap. So I've mined out most of the calcite here. I've left the roof because it's just kind of a pain to get to, and I think I got enough. Yeah, I think that'll be enough. So I'm just gonna take this and leave. I'm not gonna need the calcite for a little while, so I'll just leave it in there. Nah, I don't really need the dirt. I can use this smooth basalt. Now let's finish off this roof. Wow, that looks weird. There we go. That's the last of the amethyst on this top. Now to just remove the scaffolding. And now standing back. Why does it look wonky? Hang on, let me get a straight on view. Okay, that That just looks like a pyramid. But I guess that's exactly what it is. How does it look from the ground? Not bad, I guess. Oh, I know what I'm missing. I need a bit of an overhang so that it looks more like a mushroom top. Yeah, it looks better with the overhang. Maybe it's just that it's short. Yeah. Like, maybe if it was twice the height and had the same top on it. I can't quite get it to look right, but I think it's fine. Maybe if I had it a bit thinner. Yeah. Because I like the height, it's just a bit thick. I'm not sure how to change it really. And at this point, it'd involve basically tearing down the whole thing and rebuilding it, which I don't really want to do. So I'm just going to have to leave it as is. And I keep getting these pillager scouts. I think I made it to Bad Omen 3 before I died right before recording this video. That's why I've got so many of these banners. If I have just one more, I can complete my collection. Okay, from the sky, it does look better. I will say that. And I'll probably just get used to it as it's there for a longer period of time. But I'm gonna have to light it up because this is just gonna be mob heaven. If everywhere else can't spawn mobs. Okay, I've just filled it with torches for the time being. But eventually, I'm gonna fill up this whole place like I did with the keep. And probably with the beams as well. No, I don't think I'll have the beams. But there is almost certainly going to be a big chandelier in the middle. Now, I also have a bunch of birch wood. And I want to make, like, this walkway inside of here. Probably at the same height, too. Okay, that's a birchwood pathway in here. I think I should put the lanterns in different spots. And I also need more of them. There we go, that's better. I'm going to hang these from the walls instead of, you know, putting them on the ground. But I think they're in good spots. Oh, and then I also need lanterns hanging from this path. Yeah, this is going to be pretty full. What am I going to do for the pattern on the floor? So I have all this calcite and amethyst that I could use. Oh, I've just noticed something. I think this door is off by one. It might be centered, but it's not centered to this pattern. There we go. It's not centered around the cylinder, which it'd be a right pain to move that. But it's centered around the pattern, and it looks much better. I've got a small problem here. I can have the door off-center such that it fits with the pattern in here, but then it won't fit with the pattern in here. And it's bugging me. I think it's bugging me enough that I'm gonna go back to the way it was. It's a little annoying with this, but I'd rather keep it in line with this. Okay, so I kind of just winged this floor design based on this one, and I don't think it looks too bad. It looks similar, but still different, and I like it. Now I've left a bunch of holes where I'm going to put glowstone in, so I'll have to go and get that at some point. I don't have it on me now, but yeah, that more or less finishes this whole room. There's still like small details that I'll have to do, like the lights hanging from the walls and the roof, and then the glowstone in the floor, but I think that's just something that I can do off camera, because I've seen it all before when I did this. So yeah, I think that's it for the tower, really. Now I'm just going to do the big roads leading throughout the entire castle. And that's what all of this gravel and light grey concrete powder is for. because that makes up the bulk of the road. So how wide is this road going to be? Because I'm going to have the big road with the light grey concrete powder and the gravel, and I'm also going to have a bunch of paths on the side, which is what branches out into, say, the market stall or the residential stuff. I'm thinking 7 blocks wide for the road and then 2 blocks wide for the path. Yeah. And I don't think the road will come all the way back this far. It might just lead straight into the castle, I don't know. So with this small section here, I'm going to create the basis of what the road will end up looking like. Actually, I'm going to extend this more. This is really going to destroy my shovel. Right, so I filled up the small section. I'm trying to use just as much gravel as I am concrete powder. And I did initially have a bit of a pattern going, and then kind of just gave up on it because I started to lose track. Wait, no. I'm starting to see the pattern. Maybe I can do it. Okay. I figured out the pattern. And I'm doing it. And it looks somewhat random, but there is a pattern there that I am looping. I just need to do one more row because I'm one short. So theoretically, this pattern should use exactly as much concrete powder as gravel. But somehow I've used one more concrete powder than gravel, which shouldn't happen. So I've lost a block somewhere, and I don't know where. And now I've added the paths on the end. And I can kind of see how this will turn out. And I kind of like it. Yeah. So now, I just need to get this pattern going all the way down here. Then wrapping around up through here. And then down through here. And turning and going down towards the dock. Right. And it's also not going to be level the whole time. So that'll be interesting. Okay, so I've been at this for a while now. I'm not sure how I'm putting this into the video because it was very long and relatively boring. I might have time-lapsed it. I don't know. I haven't done a time-lapse since I built the keep. But I've made this path quite long now, and the only real reason why I've stopped is because I've run out of resources. Because I could probably make it go just a little bit longer, but I don't have enough stuff on me. And also my shovel's almost broken. So, I think I'll do a bit of path work. I think I should have a path coming out from here. And I can probably connect up the residential district now. So how does this all look now that it's fit together? It looks pretty good. It really fills out the area a bit more, instead of just having a big empty space. Now there are a bunch of other empty spaces around, but I'm thinking I might put various foliage in there, like trees and bushes, just to fill it out. Not that I need any more green. I mean, basically everywhere is green, but who knows. I'll probably put some flowers in there as well for other colours, because currently the market stall is the only place with any sort of colour. The rest is just very wood brown. But I quite like the way this is looking. And there isn't actually that much of the path left. I just need to do the corner into the dock. Also, the road might be like the same width as this whole, what's the term? This alley? No, it's not really an alley. This gap. Yeah, I guess that works. So I'll probably just finish this off camera because you've seen enough of it. And I really don't want to keep doing this anymore. I've been doing it for 1 hour. It's a bit hard to read OBS time when it gets above 3 hours. So, yeah. I've been recording for long enough. And I don't really have that much time left to record. But we've done a lot. We built up the whole tower and the majority of the interior. And we've done most of the main road. Kind of feel like it would have been wider. But for it to be able to fit in this alleyway here, it had to be 7 blocks wide. And I don't know, I just like keeping it consistent. And you almost certainly can't see the pattern in how this was built. It looks fairly organic? No, not really organic. And also I made sure to follow the terrain exactly, which might be why it looks a little bit weird. But I'm happy with the path. Looks zigzaggy. So, I'm going to leave this video here. We are very, very nearly done with the castle. And I'm very happy with it. So, bye.